Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Ghost Prime, and this is Generation 1 Skullcruncher. The toy came out in 1987. It was part of the Headmasters, and he was in the cartoon, but only during the Rebirth. He first appeared in the Rebirth Part 1, and it was Part 2 where he actually got his Headmaster partner, Grax. And of course, he was a Nebulon in the United States. Now, he did continue into the Headmasters cartoon in Japan, but the body's a transector, and the Headmaster, well, is the actual robot that controls the bigger body. It's a little bit of a different take on Headmasters, and personally, I kind of preferred that. I always felt that the Nebulons controlling it felt too mech-like, and I've always liked the sentient robot sort of take on Transformers. That was just my 2 cents as a 10-year-old. But I do love this figure. He is really, really cool. Very well-proportioned figure. It's going to be a quick review on him. So please like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get to the review.
There it is! The secret base of the headmaster Decepticons! Only with their help can we destroy the Autobots! Yes, the trainer of the beast becomes the head of the robot!
Headmaster Transformers, much more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
And each Headmaster Decepticon displays a readout of its power. Nothing's better than going into battle with these Transformers. Headmaster Decepticon, sold separately from Hasbro.
Here's Skullcruncher. He comes packaged like this in his box, and he has a sheet of instructions with him. He does come with his partner Grax here, and he is shown in robot mode in the box. And this is what he looks like. Lots of cool detail on him. I don't know how close I can get on that face.
Too close.
It's a little scuffed up, but this is old. It's old. And his arms move up like that. I've always liked the sculpting in the arms. I always thought that was really cool. They gave him abs, his legs there. These little guy's pretty neat. And he does come with a handheld gun. Now, this is actually hard to find. If you don't find one complete, this is the hard part to find on this figure. He has a tail piece that actually is removable, which I'll show during transformation. But here he is in Alligator mode. We're just going to go ahead and just check him out there. All this little cool techno greebles and really nice pink. I will say something that if you notice on the bottom here, he's much more pink than there. This is fairly yellowed. It's uniformly yellowed, so that is a good thing. But yeah, he's yellowed. So I always have adored his Alligator mode here. So one of the interesting things about him is he does have a spot for Grax here, and it's in a very unfortunate location. You open up his mouth, put him in a sitting pose, and sit him in the mouth of the alligator and close it.
Makes no sense.
That's not a very good spot, but I don't know if you can see it there. You kind of see him through the window there in the head. And he does have a rub symbol, which my hands are cold because it is cold in here. See if it works. There we go. Still works. There's a lot of cool details on it. Like, I absolutely love all this little techno stuff, and I like how the chrome's here. It looks really, really good. Like the angular shoulders, the feet here with the stickers. This little piece that covers the screw, which I'm actually missing on the other side. I think that's really cool. There's a really nice looking pink and green alligator.
Robots in disguise.
No place to put the gun, though. You have his sword thing there and no place to put the gun. So what you could do is you can kind of move the leg out like this. And these joints are super tight. And I remember this isn't my original when I was a kid. It was super tight on that one too. But if you move his hand appears right there. You can stick the gun here, and it can be sort of like, an alligator wielding a gun, because what's more fearsome than that, right? But yeah, so that also shows you a little bit of articulation. It doesn't really have any articulation, really. The feet, they kind of move like this. I might be able to push it a little further, but I don't want to break it. These become his arms. So, and he's a good size. There he is with Red Sunstreaker, because I just happen to have it on hand still. There he is with Alternator's Mirage. Transformation on him is actually super easy. Let's just remove that gun real quick. It's really nothing to it. We're going to remove the tail first, and then we're going to split this part around like that. These obviously become the feet, and they just come like this. Twist them around at the waist. Move the Alligator head down, arm, you can move it up, and then kind of get that elbow straightened out or like this. These toes move up, and you can make sure that fist comes out too. And you just go ahead and put that down. Same thing on the other side. And then we put Grax here, and he folds up. And there's the head. That plugs right in there. And now we got the head on. Here he is in robot mode completed. And yeah, I mean, he's got a big backpack. Oh no, the hollow legs, but he's a G1 and he's really cool. I really like that they put this here with just a little detail inside there. Just the details of the stickers and the bumps of the legs. You got the crotch plate going on there, the detail in the thighs. I think overall he's a very good looking bot. How this whole chest piece comes along like this. And he has these two weapons. You already saw this gun here. And he has this piece, which is his tail. And if you kind of put it backwards, it does have a little bit of waffling in there. But he can hold his tail. Now, I always like to look at this as less of a sword and more like a chainsaw weapon. Just kind of a grinding weapon, which would really work well with him as an alligator. And, of course, he's a headmaster, so his stats do appear right there. He's not very fast, but he's very strong, and he looks to be quite intelligent. These are just, I've always dug these. And one of the things that's really cool about this is that each one is individual, and you kind of see how I move it like that, right? Each one is individual, and it's keyed. So if you took another head from another headmaster and stuck it on there, you'd have that strength, speed, and intelligence also in that chest that would be different than this one. So the heads, have an effect on the bodies. And just for a little demonstration, we could take his head off and put Weird Wolf's head on him. And as you see, completely different stats. So I really always dug that as a kid. I thought that was something really, really cool. For a quick comparison, there he is with his modern version. The modern ones, it's good. I would prefer one a little better, but this one's good for standing until they eventually redo all the G1 cast again. There he is next to Weird Wolf and Ape Face. And now join me for some final thoughts. So a few collector notes on this guy. If you were to pick up one, of course, on the secondary market, look for the darker pink. That's the yellowing. It's really not too bad, even if it's extremely yellowed. It's not terrible. This one's uniformly yellowed, so you really can't tell unless you're just looking at it up close. It's a really nice display piece. Sometimes some of the knees can get a little loose. The back here can get loose, and the connection here for the head could fall on some of the models that have been played with a little bit more. The arms are ratcheted, and the elbows are very tight. I had that problem on my original as a kid. You will be paying more for a complete one because of these guns are hard to find. The tails are a little bit easier since they were able to store on the figure. The guns eventually got lost, as things happen with time. But anyway, let me know what you think of Skullcruncher, and I'll see you in the next review.